In the aftermath of the Corsair Wars, which took place before the Empire and presumably before the Clone Wars, there isn't much information on it so far. Uob decided to prevent such tragedy and hardship from ever happening again, so he took a more extremist point of view on how to handle any future wannabes or other perceived threats in the galaxy. He did this by adopting a preemptive stance in dealing with them. This means that he would kill them before they had a chance to rise to power. To do this, he sought the aid of his friend and fellow Jedi, Var Will, who was also a renowned crystallist. Var Will made a weapon for him, which was a hybrid between a lightsaber and a sniper rifle, called the Far Killer, a weapon Uob would use to kill hundreds of enemies from afar, as it can take out targets from 100 kilometers away, or for Americans, that would be 60 miles about. Now, if you recall in one of my Vader comic videos, the Jedi librarian Jocasta Nu wielded a similar weapon against Darth Vader, which allowed her to stand toe-to-toe, however briefly, with the Sith Lord. She loaded a lightsaber into an open slot in the rifle, which caused it to produce an overwhelmingly powerful energy beam. Like I said, the Far Killer seems to be similar tech, though much more powerful and destructive. As a rebel team learned when they tested the rifle against an Imperial cell meeting within a seemingly abandoned Bantha barn and fired it from 2 kilometers away, well, the results are, as we can see. The super weapon the rebels are working on is not as powerful as the Death Star, but it is based on the Death Star plans that they stole in Rogue One. They have miniaturized a single reactor and incorporated it into a fighter, but the payload will be less efficient if they have to get up close to the target. So that is why they plan to reverse engineer the Far Killer's focus rig, which they can then use to strike at their target from half a galaxy away. That target, the Imperial Palace on Coruscant, which would certainly kill the Emperor, but also thousands of civilians. As this story is still ongoing, I can't really tell you what happens, but I do know that Uob and Var Will were both excommunicated from the Jedi Order and within the decade were purged.